Start again, if we can. And we're up to item 7.8 on page 132. Janine.
And you've got me for this one. Apologies from the people and capability team. A number of them are out on training at the moment. So I had said to Stu that I was happy to present the paper or take any questions that the committee may have, and we can capture those as matters arising. I think just a few key observations from the information in terms of leave balances. Obviously, we can see that following leave taken over the holiday period, we're starting to see the trend increase as we move into the middle of the year. Management of those high leave balances continues to be a focus of the executive team to make sure that we have those in hand. In terms of sick leave, as I'm sure you're all seeing in your own lives, the prevalence of cold, flu and COVID over recent weeks has definitely been increasing. And so while our sick leave long-term trend is already above the benchmark, I think from what I'm seeing around the organisation, we can certainly expect to see that continuing to trend upwards. There's some points there noted in terms of the health and safety reforms announced a month or so back, a few weeks ago. Yes, yeah, we can get the inside word from in terms of the change in focus and role of WorkSafe and where they will be putting focus moving forward. We've got the reporting there in terms of incident reports and information in terms of risk reviews and the tier 1 and 2 leadership walkarounds that have been occurring. In terms of EAP utilisation, so continuing to see appropriate use of that service sitting sort of within benchmark ranges, noting that predominantly the issues are actually personal, so 75% personal and 25% being work-related. There's a bit of trend information there in terms of the correlation between EAP and sick leave. I think that was something that the committee were interested in understanding, and so the point noted that while there's a correlation between the data in terms of increasing EAP usage, reducing sick leave, there's not necessarily a causal link between that, but the team will continue to monitor that information. So happy to take any questions on the report or other matters that you'd like brought back to the next committee meeting.
Any questions from the committee? Can I just ask, page 136, I was pleased to see the number of the walkarounds that the leadership team are doing. Is there anything arising out of those in terms of concerns or requests for changes?
So through the chair, I think the detail in terms of observations from those walkarounds is included in the health and safety report that goes to council. And from that, I'm not aware of anything that's being raised through those, but I can confirm that, and we can maybe note that.
I just wanted to see whether they were being effective. That was all. It's great they're being done, but yeah, I think Paul and I now get sent some of those reports now, and I think they're quite good. I find them very helpful to read and very useful. Okay, if there's no questions, can I have a mover and seconder to receive this report? Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Warren. All those in favour say aye. Against, carried. Thank you. And we move on to 7.9 policy review schedule update. Fiona.
Hi again. So this report is the policy review schedule update. So it's the regular report on our council policy reviews. Just noting we had the sensitive expenditure policy, which has been reviewed and some minor amendments updated, mainly around clarification of approval processes and setting some maximum amounts for clarity. The policy has been circulated with the track changes separately. So you can see where those amendments have occurred, but open to any questions on that policy.
Questions?
Yeah, Graham, well, just not so much on the policy, but on page 146 with around the fringe benefit tax, and obviously there's been some announcements from government around the use of vehicles and that with the changes to fringe benefit tax. Have we had a look at how that may affect the staff contracts or liability in that space?
I'm not aware that we have done the review of that as yet, but certainly something we can look at with some changes that have occurred.
Okay.
I only got my track change copy to that this morning. Can I ask, has there been any updates issued by the OAG on sensitive expenditures policies? And if so, have these been reflected in the update?
I'll just refer to Connie, who did the work to confirm.
Through you, Chair, no, there hasn't been any new updates through the OAG. I did, in the review, I did look at some other council policies as well, just to gauge how our policy looked as well, and feedback from staff over time.
Okay. So these are just refinements, really. Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Thank you, Chris. Can I have a second, please? Thank you, Paul. All those in favour say aye. Against? Carried. Thank you very much. Which brings us to the end of the open agenda. Thank you, Paul. Can I have a thank you, Chris? All those in favour say aye. Against? Carried. We'll just give Democracy Services time to make the necessary adjustments.